Hello, everyone, and ahum, and thank you for joining me today. Today is May 1st, and I got up really, really early so that I could bring you this wonderful light, very light body activation today of all days. It happens to be a galactic activation portal day, apart from it being a light activation day. Um, what is a gap day, a galactic activation portal? Okay, well, those are special days on which the gaps in between portals and realities and dimensions are open. The gaps are spaces between everything. There's even extra space between me and you right now. There is space that has opened in the cosmic, between dimensions, between worlds, between ourselves. The between is the place that is open, more open, especially on galactic activation portal days. And it also is a specific day when one or more portals in the universe is actually open. Now, these could be big portals, they could be small portals, whatever portal it is that you're looking for, that you want to use at this point. This is the portal that you get to find, right? For 2023, this is a galactic activation portal day. It's an invitation to enter these different gateways, and our consciousness, is an open space. It is a space, right? So you got to think of your consciousness as a space. Well, on a day like today, this is an invitation to enter these gateways of expanded consciousness. What is that going to do? Well, that's actually going to amplify your awareness of energy flow, energetic information, messages, all those beautiful things that happens on a day like this. Now, everybody knows these gateways allow us to shift to higher levels of consciousness and awareness. So if you feel a little uncomfortable today, that is what it is. All you have to do is sit back and relax and give yourself that extra space to connect to the expansion of these beautiful spaces that have happened, that are actually open. What's a portal day, right? A portal day is that. These are energy nodes between your common everyday earth time and our beautiful galactic time. It is a time wave, or more like, I see it as intersections of cosmic knowledge that is kind of like open. It's like an open house in the galactic sense, right? It's something that's wonderful for you to use. And there's so many of us that rely on a gap day for a lot of work, but especially when we need to activate our light body. Well, what's our light body? Well, I can give it to you in the simplest form. A light body is the actual meat suit, right? The meat suit pilgrimage that we're going through, so that we can graduate from this human meat suit and return to source. So we're here right now just to learn stuff, just to learn to navigate, to allow us to give ourselves the opportunity to prepare ourselves to get to that point where when we're ready to return to source, we're there. We don't have anything that makes us have to go back, right? So Every soul has a goal. I just rhymed, right? But what is the ultimate goal? It's just to combine our energies again to source, to our creator. Then what happens is the activation of our light body is what actually gets us there. So there are lots of traditions out there. There are lots of rituals, a lot of ceremonies. They're all correctly done. Listen, we're all different. I don't care that people say, no, we're all the same. Yeah, we have a lot of things that are the same. But depending on where we're at on this planet, it gives us different resources for us to use. Now, since we understand that everything is energy, we got to think energy, right? So we've got billions and billions and billions of molecules, and they all have their own universe, because they do. This is wisdom. This is for you to understand. So nothing in this world is just purely physical, right? Not everything that's here is physical. It's not, or else we wouldn't be able to tap into that spiritual or mystical or paranormal plane or realm, right? This is a melting pot of energies, physical and non-physical. And these energies are on a constant move. And what does it create? When things are moving constantly, they create matter. So here we are smack in the middle of something that makes matter, right? And other things that we don't see as matter, that we haven't learned that is not matter, right? And even that we do know that is not matter, or that it is matter, right? It's the knowing how to use this wisdom. And this is where you get the Reiki masters, this is where you get teachers, this is where you get shamans, this is where you get people, angels that take a body to teach us, right? And we have to understand that this human energy field that we are in has layers. Everybody says like an onion. Okay, you can call it an onion. The etheric body, the mental body, the astral body, the emotional body, they're all aspects of what the light body is. Now, as we move further away, we understand that there are other ways to activate these higher functions of the actual light body itself, right? That's why we have electricity. That's why we use electrical impulses. That's why we have energetic bodies that are beyond this physical realm, that we can even see, that we can even fathom that they exist. But you've got humans that have been able to come up with photographs that take pictures of your aura. We all know what that is, Kirlian photography. That's Kirlian. And what it does is it captures a physical image of these bodies. Well, if you look at shamans and healing practitioners that are extremely gifted, that's what they work with. They work within these fields and around these fields, right? Now, there's this one thing that I'm sure that you've heard of a lot, and that's the Merkaba, right? Mer is light. Ka is soul. Ba is body. So we're looking at light, soul, body. When you put it together, you're like, wait a minute. We then now know that because they call it the chariot of the soul, that chariot of the soul has to be activated to actually achieve ascension. Well, Melchizedek, which you need to read about, Drunvalo Melchizedek, wrote books and taught this, I think, until the day he died. But it's this specific breath work that we add visualization to activate the light body, as this beautiful sacred geometry comes around our physical body. Can that happen? Yes, it can. And today is just the freaking most perfect day to do it, right? So once that light body is activated, you're going to notice that your love frequencies definitely have a role that played in elevating your light body to what they call the rainbow body state. What's the rainbow body? Well, the rainbow body is the actual, what happens, right? The result of actually maintaining a constant frequency of unconditional love. Guys, I think since I have known you and you have known me, I keep bringing that unconditional love phrase to everything that I do, right? When we receive the rainbow body, when that rainbow body emerges, when we start seeing that we are truly immersed in this constant frequency of unconditional love, all of a sudden our wounds are healed. Everything has in our thought process have been released. Every judgment, don't even get me there, that is gone. You start seeing things and people and circumstances in a way that you had not seen before. And even though for some of us we feel that for a little bit, right? You've got to go back to that feeling, because life happens, right? We got to go back to that feeling. You got to record that feeling in your heart and in your brain that needs to be in coherence while we're getting our light bodies activated. Now, oh, and I know I'll probably get some people mad, but it's okay. This particular frequency that the rainbow body turns on like a light bulb, it's an absolute frequency. It doesn't change. It has always been the same. On the contrary, the only thing, if it has changed, it has grown. It has become stronger with the knowledge that we are getting wiser about what it is, why we need to have it, why it is that we now understand we need to go back to our Creator. Bring them to me, bring them to me. Get it? It's all there. We are the children. We are the children. But this vibration, this particular vibration of unconditional love, that is what helps us achieve ascension. And is that not what it is that we're here to get, to work through? Absolutely. So guess who ascended in this form? As perfect a human that they were able to become and move forward. Jesus and Buddha. I'm not bringing religion into this. I'm talking about two human beings that came here and had a perfect unconditional love and understanding of the human condition. In our world, they became gods. Why? Because they showed others how to accomplish what we couldn't do on our own. What is it that they wanted us to learn from that? That if they came and took a body, so did we. But they came and they were in unconditional love frequencies, and they did what they had to do. Are we any better than they are? Then why do we continue doing this? That's the biggest. That is the biggest thing. So what did they both teach us? Well, these masters gave us specific instructions, okay, on how to cause a massive illumination to help others as well as ourselves to follow. Once the Merkaba gets activated, and we activate them in our highest fields of the light body, then we are responsible for illuminating the rainbow body. How? How can we be responsible for our own rainbow body? And how the heck do we illuminate that rainbow body? Guys, you have been taught, we have been taught that we can't do this. We have been taught so much negativity. We have been shown negativity. We have felt negativity. We have been thrown to the ground so that we cannot get to this point in our lives. If you consistently flow positive energies and frequencies, loving thoughts, and you sustain those loving thoughts no matter what, you begin to illuminate your rainbow body. It's simple. Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, easier said than done. Mary, you don't know what I've been through. Mary, how can you say that? You know my life. Mary, if I can do it, so can you. And believe me, I've had a lot. From people that I've loved the most. When we are vibrating at our highest fields and our light body begins to evolve and our rainbow body begins to illuminate, and we are in constant loving thoughts, and all of a sudden our frequencies remain sustained. This is called a luminous vibration. Okay? You got to practice it. You got to get there. I just don't know how else to show you or to explain it to you. You must get there. Are you going to be thrown out of sorts so that you cannot get through this? Yes, by going to your past. Guys, that's why it's the past. The past is where our conditioning is at. Right now, you can stop that conditioning. You can stop that conditioning from continuing to be in your present. Because once we reach that luminous vibration, and that luminous vibration is there to stay, because nothing is going to change it. This is where we begin to dissolve back into source. No, we're not dying. No, you're not going to turn invisible. This is how we create what we desire. But not even what we desire, what we aspire. Guess what happens next? We begin to achieve immortality as it was promised. Why is love immortal? Why is love immortal? Someone dies. My mother died. It was a terrible time for my sister and me. It was terrible. But I started learning and figuring things out, and she would make sure that I was learning the lessons, whether I liked it or not. Her body went back to Pachamama, but her soul, her light body, which she always was ascendant, went back home to Source or God. She became part again of creation. In my heart, I removed from my head and my heart, I removed the fact that she died. See how easy I can say it? Her body. She left the body she came to walk around with, to teach me and my sister what we needed to know to be here today so that we can teach ours. She did her job and she left. I can tell you as sure as I'm sitting here that she is an immortal in my brain and in my heart. And in that space, because it's a gap activation portal day, she is open. She is available. She is very much alive, but in a different way. She's not encased in the meat suit. And she left when it was time for her to go. Not when she thought, oh, this is not working out. No. Oh, I'm just gonna, no. No. She left when it was her time to go. When it, and people call it a contract. Call it whatever you want. But when her time was up as a meat suit, in a meat suit, she's very much alive. And this is what I'm talking about when I say, when we were promised immortality, but we were conditioned to believe that you acquired it somehow else. It's staring at our face. It's staring at us. There's a writer, Roald, I want to say Dahl, or Dahl, D-A-H-L, Dahl. I'm Cuban, sorry, I'm going to butcher names. And his and I hope I get it right. If you think good thoughts, they're gonna show on your face, and it's gonna make your face shine, right? Like sunbeams, right? And you are always going to look beautiful because of those frequencies. That's a frequency, guys. That's a frequency. All right. It's beyond charisma. Get it? And that is a direct experience, especially when you look at something like Reiki. People go, "You're gonna be 60?" I'm like, "Yeah." Why? Oh my God. I look sick. I feel I look 60. My body feels like it's gonna get to the 60s, but when you learn Reiki, when you work with Reiki, your body goes through a different type of activation, but it's still energy. It's just in a different fashion. And yeah, you start looking younger. That was the first thing that I started getting questions about. Did you do something? What did you do? And believe me, it is true. Now, when you activate your light body, if you want to activate your light body, yeah, you can go to a guru, you can go to a master, yes, absolutely. But this is a God-given gift that was given to you and for every living being that wants to pursue it. One of the reasons why the most important part of a light body, right, is to achieve supreme mastery with harmony of your physical form, and surpass that, to surpass it, right? When you learn about light body, this is a perfect time for our humanity to learn more about it. But you have to figure out if this is something that you want to learn, if you want to do this. Yeah, we're going into mass consciousness, but there's so much information out there that you don't know which one to pick first, which one to read first. And then you get spiritual constipation because you are filled with all this message, all these messages, all this energy, but you don't know how to push it through. You do need to learn. You need to find yourself a teacher. You need to find yourself a mentor. If it's not me, it's somebody else. Find them. Make it work. There's a thing of initiations that does happen, where we bring in spiritual seekers in through the gateways, like a day like today, and they help us learn how to prepare body, mind, and soul. And then what we have learned, we pass it on to people. And these are traditions in every, I mean, this is teachings in every tradition, every single tradition. Now, you might master it today. It might take you a few years. It might take you a few lifetimes. One of the reasons why we come back, right? But you have to be very careful, because there's so much bullcrap out there. Fluff and just sheer bullcrap, right? And you have to be very aware that this is going to happen. Okay? You have to follow your own intuition. If a teacher sounds and feels like they're taking you for a ride, follow your intuition. Get the hell out. Okay? This was not for you. This teacher was not for you. And I always say it. I'm not going to be your teacher for the rest, I don't know what's wrong with my hair, for the rest of your life. I'm there to teach you what you wanted me to teach you, and then you're going to go somewhere else. That's the way it is. And somebody else's student might come over here because they need something else that they need to learn. Simple. Simple as that. Right? When you use your own intuition, when you're seeking out guidance, when you're seeking out mentors, when you're seeking out spiritual help, that's one of the best ways. talk to your spirit guides. Speak to, bring down the ascended masters in one of your meditations. And when you go and seek help from a teacher or a mentor, before you even turn on your Zoom to see that person and get your first class or your first cleansing, create your sacred space. Bring in your spiritual entourage. Have them greet the teacher before they even greet you. And you can do that. All you have to do is ask and you shall receive. Okay? Now, to activate your light body, well, your light body is what? That is the little car, the little train, the little car that helps you to experience a state of godliness. And oh my freaking God, can this be your best gift that you could ever, 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 ever give yourself permission to receive? The word is permission. Nothing could go wrong when you get your light body activated. Nothing can go wrong because it was already prepared for you in a way that you are not going to have a big reaction towards. Some people are. It has to do with the amount of resistance that they have, or who activated it for them. Was that their mentor or their teacher that was supposed to do it? The teacher already knows. And you guys know that every time I get somebody, I'm like, I'm not the reader for you. I'm not the teacher for you. Because I'm going to tell you. But you also shouldn't beat yourself up because you are going to get a misstep here or there. You are going to fall off that spiritual wagon. Of course you are. What are we inside of? But I don't want you to beat yourself up because that was a lesson that you needed to learn. Oh, it's just like when we are doing guided meditation and our mind wanders off. Oh, I need to buy this. Oh my God, I forgot to do this. Did I turn off the light in the bathroom? You bring your mind right back to the middle, to the center, connected to your heart center, and continue the guided meditation. This is what you need to do until all of a sudden you are walking in and living from your rainbow body. The most honest, the most integral way, the purest way to start living right now is lifting your vibration. Living with truth and integrity. I can't begin to tell you. Yes, people are going to go, oh, your pineal gland. I heard it called pineal gland the other day. That was weird. But I'm Cuban, so I'm going to butcher name. But your pineal gland, or pineal gland, I think it's what she said. Yeah, it does get calcified. Absolutely. Fluoride does that. Fluoride does that. Okay? So, decalcify it. Look it up. I'm not going to give it to you. Look it up. Look at how you can decalcify your pineal gland. Food. I'm not even going to go there. Eat high vibrational foods. I'm not going to go there. Okay? You know for a fact that you need to bless everything. We learned that. Thank you, Lord, for the food we eat. That was something good for us to learn. Before we go to bed, bless the bed you're going to sleep on. Yeah. You create a beautiful sacred space when you do that. Did you know that? Listen to good music. Meditate. Pray. Do that. It doesn't matter. Laugh. Go out in nature. Get some sun. Okay? Be clear and honest about any addictions that you may have. Anything that's going to stop you from doing this work. Be impeccable with your words and apply healing to the dark places in your mind. Allow more light to shine inside. Let's go ahead. And I want to bring in, I hope it's not too loud. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Bring the shoulders down and breathe out. Take another deep breath in. Hold it and breathe out. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to give that part of your brain that knows how to envision permission to go through this short guided meditation in order to bring up those energies and give you strength to continue vibrating at a high frequency. Get comfortable, and if you're driving, stop. If you're working with heavy machinery that can hurt you or others, stop. If you're taking care of someone, stop. You can play this later. Be truthful. Be honest. If this is the time for you to do this. I want you to take that part of your brain that actually connects with you and lets you visualize yourself. Look at yourself in this beautiful sand dune with the sun up above and the warmth of the sand that you feel on your feet. You wiggle your toes and you can feel that sand going in between your toes. But this is a super soft sand, a sand you have not felt ever. It's warm and friendly and gives you nothing to fear. Up ahead, you see a beautiful pyramid. And as you walk, the pyramid becomes more visual, and you can see that the sun hits every one of those walls, and there's this beautiful golden shimmer as you get closer and closer. You can see your hair and your skin has that glow, that golden glow that's coming out from that pyramid. You walk inside the pyramid as the doors open, and you sit right in the middle. And here we take a deep breath in, realizing we are safe as we hold our breath, and we breathe out. These walls around the pyramid all of a sudden swivel, and that beautiful light from that sunshine pours right inside this pyramid. that you're sitting in the middle of, that golden light fills that space. The pyramid begins to swirl, yet you're still sitting comfortably in the middle, and it begins to turn over. And as it turns downward, the top of the pyramid begins to point down. A smaller pyramid comes out from one of the windows, and it comes in and gets right in front of your heart chakra. It also turns around, and the bottom end, or the top end, becomes the bottom end, and it is sitting and resting on the earth in front of you. Take a few breaths in and just breathe normally, and watch both pyramids bring in white light. This smaller pyramid begins to grow and sets you inside of it as well. From your dantian, or from your navel chakra, when you breathe out now, you're going to send out a beautiful sphere of golden bright light. You notice around you that you have created an octahedron. This sphere of golden bright light goes all around you from your navel chakra. And they begin to spin clockwise. The pyramids begin first very slowly, and then your sphere that you created surrounding it begins to spin clockwise in synchronization. Stay in this octahedron for a while. The circular clockwise motion that is happening is creating a frequency. This frequency is essential because it is going to slightly shift your physical sensations and give you an activation of higher frequency. You can take a deep breath now. Breathe out. You have now activated the living light body. And as the days go by, you're going to really see a big difference in your body and your mind. You have been fueled up. Your light body is now filled with love. Go ahead and breathe with it. Send it to others. Move it to your emotions, to any pain, to any healing, to any physical ailment that you may have. Let it fill your organs and massage them with this love. with this frequency. This is called the breath of life for a reason. And it is here to tell you that you are loved. And it is giving you the power to heal yourself as your God-given gift. You can stay here for as long as you feel comfortable. And you can always certainly come back to your Merkaba. You can allow it to then begin to fade if you're ready. And most of us are. But know what this feeling that you received felt like. And be very, very understanding. Understand that this light body will always be available to support you as you need it. Understand that the truest vibration of the universe is ecstatic. It's called ecstasy. Yes, when we separate from our Creator and come into our bodies, yes, we experience pain. It is the separation from the Creator. But when we return with our light bodies, when we return in that ecstasy, this is where we return to the Creator as part of the Creator. And this is where we grow the most and we get ready for our next phase. Time to disconnect. Take a deep breath in. Let's remember where we are. Understand that we have only been taught that feeling good is bad. It's a bad thing. But then what we learned is how to block joy from our lives. Stop that, silly. Stop that. It's time. Welcome to your light body activation, meditation, and allow yourself to feel good. Today is May 1st. It's a light activation day, but it is also a gap day, a galactic activation portal day. So today's activation was just exponentially provided with extra love and extra integrity for you and for anyone that you want to share this with. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you have a beautiful month. And I will see you soon.